Hello and welcome back to episode 4 of Newbreed Film Reviews. My name's Brian, and I got Dave, and I got Paul here with me.
Hello. Hello.
We're going to talk about a couple different topics on the show. We're going to touch on some new stuff in the news today about our childhood, and we're going to talk about our favorite, our groundbreaking, our personal opinion about special effects movies, things that really stuck with us either now or in the past, whatever comes up, free for all as far as conversation goes. We're just a couple guys talking about what we think about movies. Feel free to make comments on anything that you like or anything that you see, and Dave will pop up the email. Let us know if you want any topics for us to talk about, or if you want disagree or agree with something that we like to talk about here. So I'm gonna pass it over to Paulie and let Paulie take us in for the show.
Thanks, buddy. So, this Power Ranger apparently murdered his roommate with a sword today. It's a guy who's time, so not from the original, group. It was in the, reincarnations of him, I guess. I'll pull up the story here real quick.
Yeah, he wasn't the first. He wasn't the first Red Ranger.
So not only was Power Rangers crappy, he's from the spin-off crappier version.
Dude, Power Rangers was only crappy when you got older. If you watched it as a kid, it's not that bad.
Dude, I used to hate it because I thought it was a Voltron ripoff. Hated it.
I love the video game. Did you guys ever play the video game?
Boxy suits, like with the robots.
Power Rangers video game?
Yeah, the Super Nintendo one.
No.
You'd fight the guys and they'd break into bricks and stuff. It was cool. And then you'd be able to call your spirit animal or whatever to come fight for you.
Nice.
Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo status.
I like it. So I'm pulling up the story right now so I can read it. It's just taking my computer a little bit longer than I expected to.
Thanks for
Can
being
you guys still see me?
Thanks for being prepped for the show, Paulie. I appreciate it.
Is that sarcasm?
No.
Oh, I'm I really had it here. It's not loading for whatever reason.
Yeah, technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's my computer is not awesome right now.
Are you still rock?
Were you looking up, Paul, the story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the story. I guess I could have used my phone. It would have been faster than this.
Red Ranger sautés roommate. Wait, sautés is when you cook, right? Like on a skillet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shish kebabs roommate with katana.
What was his special? What did he have? Was he Mammoth or something? What was the Red Ranger?
Red Ranger.
What's his weapon?
No, who's his spirit animal or whatever?
Oh, I don't remember. The movie then later on they did that.
You're breaking up hardcore, dude.
Yeah, you're
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Hold up. Do a little mic check right now.
1 2 1 2.
Are you talking right now, Paul? Because you're breaking up, dude. I can't even hear you.
He's trying to reenact, the typical Japanese show where he talks every 2 seconds.
We can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So this guy who played a Power Ranger, he decided to get in a fight with his roommate. An argument turned into a physical altercation, and then so the roommate and his girlfriend decided to go into the bedroom, and he wasn't having it, so he followed them in there and sliced the dude up with a sword.
Allegedly. I'm just saying, technically he has to go to trial.
Now he's being held on $1 million bail. So
do you think that he's going to get first degree murder because first degree? Do you think he planned to grab the sword to attack the guy?
I think that's a second degrry. That's
probably second degree.
Not meditated.
I mean, it sounds like
lawyer though.
No, it sounds like they, because we all get into these heated arguments. It sounds like he got into this real big thing with his roommate, and he's decided it was morphin' time, and just.
It's just
Mighty Morphin time.
PTSD is what I think happened. He's having flashbacks. He needs to see a therapist. He'll get through this. We're pulling for you, man.
Did the dude die?
Yeah, the guy's dead.
Man.
The roommate is dead.
Wow.
So
We cracking jokes, but like rest in peace to the deceased. I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds outrageous, but somebody died, so that's kind of messed up.
It is, but
Yeah.
It'd
it's
be
just
funnier if somebody
well,
just
a
got
Power
maimed.
Ranger did it with a sword. Like
yes,
how
that's the hard part.
Dude,
And
the irony is
like,
just
what do you?
there, and you can't deny that the story. This is going to be a major motion picture at some point in the future.
You think so?
Yes, dude, you can't write better than that. You can't.
I don't know if I'd go see it. I probably wouldn't go see it.
I'd wait for Redbox.
That's like Wesley Snipes chopping people up because he played Blade.
Even then, I would understand a little bit more. You know, that's kind of what he does. The Power Rangers, they don't slice people up.
But what if he did it with that hook blade thing that he throws and it's like a boomerang? Just cuts people up? Anyway, I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, so we'll get into our favorite special effects movies. Turn off the phones, fellas.
It's not mine.
Wasn't mine. Mine's on vibrate.
That's mine. Sorry.
It's
That's
like
my
process of elimination.
Hey, I couldn't. I could have been like, no, it's not mine. Then you guys would know I'd be lying.
Alright, so as far as the movies go, you know, I left it kind of open, I don't know what's the word for. Just open to whatever. I just wanted to,
Open
you know, your
forum.
favorite.
Is that what you're
Thank
looking
you.
for?
That's exactly what I wanted. Open forum. I just
You
wanted
left it
us
pretty
to-
broad.
Yeah. Right, because I wanted us to just say our favorite special effects movies. I didn't want to say, oh, why, like, your favorite special effects movies in the horror genre and hold us to that. I think that this could be a really good discussion and we can fit in as many movies as possible into our short time frame, or we can just talk about one or two movies. You know, we'll see how the discussion goes. I don't want too much of a limit on anything we talk about here, except for the time limit that we have to keep it under.
When it's my go, I'm gonna have special effects movie Tourette's, and I'm just gonna spit out
Just
three.
shoot them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna spit out 3 groundbreaking and 1 present that blew me away.
All right,
All
so go.
You want me to go right now?
You go.
for it, man. Do it.
Special effects Tourette's. Me right
Yeah.
now.
Do it up.
Okay. All right. So the 3 groundbreaking to me, and I know there's more than 3, but I'm gonna just spit them out. I'm gonna say Matrix, The Matrix.
Yes.
Groundbreaking as
Yep.
hell.
For sure.
Holds up today. I have it on Blu-ray. I watched him dodge the bullets right now. Like it's holds today. Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Oh,
That shit
that was my number one.
holds
That's
up
mine too.
today because
Yeah.
they use animatronics and CGI. Perfect combination. Terminator 2.
That's
All right.
Those are my 3
Yeah.
like change the game movies. You could debate though. You can say The Abyss because the liquid metal effect they use that in Abyss, and I think that came before. But T1000 the shit. And my one newer age movie that kind of blew me away, where I was like, wow, this is really crisp and like cool looking, like Matrix feel, was Tron Legacy.
Dude, you said like all the ones I was gonna say. So we'll just talk
Except
about
for
those.
Star Wars.
Hey,
Wait,
great
talk about all those.
great minds think alike.
wait.
Yeah. The Tron
Star
was my
Wars.
new one. Like that
Star
one blew my
Wars.
mind.
Let me one more time. And Star Wars.
You can go Star Wars if you
Oh,
want.
Star Wars from back in the day, the original.
Yeah, original.
Yeah.
I mean, think
Yeah,
about
I
what
got
George
you on
Lucas did, man. He was like one of the first to do the green screen type thing. You
Well,
know,
yeah,
he
he-
was.
He started Lucas Entertainment. Like he
Right.
he built
ILM
visual-
is his.
yeah. He
Dude,
built a company that actually specializes in special effects, and they did special effects for tons and tons of other films.
Dude,
Like all of them.
So even if you're not a Star Wars fan, and even if you're not a George Lucas fan, you have to appreciate the fact that he scientifically set up a ton of people in the future to
Yeah.
do visual effects like that.
Dude,
Agreed.
I could watch Star Wars now and still be entertained and not look at it like super cheesy, like the laser.
I
effects
watched
are
it
cool.
Tuesday.
When they were like flying into the Death Star and like trying to get the heart of it, like dude, that's intense. Like it's still good. It's fun to watch.
I can watch it every day and never get tired of it. Not to mention, just
Speaking of Star
He-
Wars, go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you know, he took the minimalist, simplest things or techniques and just made it look so large scale. It's ridiculous. You know, he would get models of like battleships and stuff, and he put them all together on a table, and that's how he got the Death Star. You know, that's where that whole look came from. He just built this thing out of like literal models, and then you know everything was all miniatures, and it's just amazing what he was able to do. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say 4, 5, and 6. Those are the originals, right?
Yeah.
Technically,
4, 5,
the story starts at 4. Technically,
the best ones out of the bunch. The newer ones, crap. The only thing that was awesome about the newer ones was Liam Neeson and Darth Maul, and I'm still pissed that they killed Darth Maul.
I have to. Darth Maul was cool, but I also have to say what the racing that they did. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
It's like the racing through the Grand Canyons and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool.
That reminded me of this old Super Nintendo game called F-Zero. Remember that?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Where it was going way too fast, that you could barely control the damn thing.
Yeah.
But I thought that part of the
It's like
movie
all
was
the
cool.
old racing games.
Yeah.
It just rockets you through, and you can't make the corners. You're either on the gas or you're on the brake. There's no like.
They used to give me seizures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. General Grievous, that new robot character, he was kind of cool in the newer ones. But I think they made a mistake where, not to go on a Star Wars rant, but I think they could have dragged out Darth Maul a little bit. Like, he was a really cool villain that they underutilized. Like, they just killed him.
Yeah. I my issue was everything was so computer generated that it totally took away from the actual Star Wars feel to me. As someone who grew up with the originals, you know, obviously they came out before my time, our time.
Jar Jar Binks.
But one of the worst characters. That was just like Lucas, just like I know how I can make another couple $1 billion. So here, let's put these movies out. And you knew people were going to eat it up because they were Star Wars movies, and the story was huge.
You can jump on the hate bandwagon if you want right now. I think that he was a reincarnation and a good, newer kind of like Ewok funny character. So the Ewoks in the older movies, the Ewoks they're teddy bears. I mean, like we're defending all the
bash
hardcore
people over the heads with rocks.
I know, but hardcore Star Wars fans are just like, you know, Jar Jar Binks is so stupid and he's so stupid looking and stuff like that. And you're like, you're defending teddy bears. You're defending teddy bears in the woods. You know, like Jar Jar Binks is not that big of a step up from teddy bears in the woods. You know,
at the end of the day, they're all make believe.
Exactly. At the end of the day, they're all cheesy characters, and they're there for comedic aspect, and he was good for kids. Loved it for comedic aspect.
You know what though? Ewoks over Jar Jar, like
any day of the week. Any day of the week. I would want them fighting my battles and then cuddling with me at night.
Yeah.
Dude, are the Ewoks related to the Chewbacca's?
No.
I
don't know.
Are they called
No
Chewbacca's?
relation between Wookiees and... No, they're Wookiees.
Wookiees. I knew that.
Yeah.
Because they look like little
Chewies.
midget Wookiees.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can't, don't argue with me with the legitimateness of the Ewoks versus Jar Jar Binks. Like, just, don't even have the argument.
I don't think that's the same thing. I think Jar Jar Binks was meant to be a comedic addition to this already overly cartoony movie.
Jar Jar Binks
Ewoks served the purpose of battle. That was their planet that was being invaded, and they wanted these other people out just as bad, so they were like, fuck it. Like, let's help, you know? And Princess, or C-3PO was their god, and they were like, oh, well, we're gonna fight anybody who's trying to take our god down. And,
you know what
Jar Jar was not that kind of a role.
You know what I thought the issue was with Jar Jar is, first of all, the CGI for him was terrible. Like that.
It really was.
It just made it non-believable, like at all. Like he was just a rubbery, cartoony looking character, and
it felt rushed.
He wasn't like terrible. He was like the comic relief, but like he wasn't really funny. He was more annoying. Like his voice, like I don't know.
Issa, whatever. Say it was just like what?
I'm not even gonna imitate Jar Jar, man. I'm not even gonna go there, but yeah.
So what about when you said this at first, I like movies that do a good amount of special effects that are actually visual effects mixed with practical effects. I think that's the
Agreed.
best
That's
way.
the best combo.
That's the best way a movie can go.
It makes it the most realistic.
So, and the movies that
mix
we all
both.
named are all movies that, well, not Tron, but the original movies that we're talking about are like, you know, Jurassic Park that mix practical and visual effects together.
Yeah.
And you have like, you know, tons of other great movies like, you know, this is one of Dave's The Thing, you know, that's practical effects with visual effects, you know, and those things, whatever they can do to make them, you know, the closest to make you feel like it's real. When they go there's still, even in this day and age, when they go with like a character or a villain, sometimes they get it really good, like the dragon and stuff like that was in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But most of the time, the characters are still rubbery and weird looking and stuff like that.
They can't get human skin down. Like they
No.
can get scales and weird textures because
Yeah.
it doesn't look realistic anyway to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, but to touch on what you said, Brian, I agree 100%. I think CGI is best used as a tool, like for like blood or smoke or bullet effects or, you know, teeth flying out of somebody's mouth. But when they try to create a whole being out of CGI, we're not there yet. You know.
So
Agreed.
I was gonna say, oh, go ahead.
It's debatable. King Kong, he looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Smog looked pretty good from
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
But
The dragons from Rain of Fire we talked about.
awesome,
The dragons from Rain of Fire
awesome,
look good.
dude. And I think they were all CGI. Like they
Yeah.
were pretty good. But like for example, Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire ones, he looked rubbery.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Matrix 2. Oh my God, when he was fighting the 100 Smiths.
Yeah,
and he
super
was-
rubber, man.
Oh my
Super-
God, dude, it was like Gumby. I'm like,
Yeah.
where the blockheads? Like,
Yeah. You know what, movie, like Tron was one of the newer movies that I was going to touch on, as far as, we can go back to it in a second, but one of the newer movies that I've seen CGI-wise that I thought was awesome, Judge Dredd, the new Judge Dredd.
dude,
With slow-mo.
I didn't watch it.
That movie's
Was
so
awesome.
underrated. That is an awesome action.
But the way that they, like, showed slow-mo for everything was, like, crazy. And that one scene where, like, he runs in the room and everybody's on slow-mo and he starts shooting up the room.
Yeah.
It's, like, ridiculous. And then at the end, like, you know, it's ridiculous.
Dude, aren't they petitioning to do a part 2?
They are. Carl Urban's supposed to come back for it. He's
He
petitioning
was
too.
awesome. He's made
Yeah.
for Dread. He was
Yeah.
awesome. I said this to you, Bri, before the show. I said Lena Headey, the main villain, Mama.
Yeah.
She's hot, dude. Gray teeth, like all messed up looking scars. Dude, she's hot. I'm sorry.
Doesn't do it for me.
Dude,
Doesn't do it for me.
Something about her badness. Like when he goes, we should beat him or something, like throw him off the roof. And then he was like, want to skid him? And she's like, sure. I'm
Yeah.
like, hot. I'm like, she's my woman.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
Judge Dredd? Oh yeah, definitely have to. I have it on Blu-ray. You can borrow it. It's good.
Right, you bought it on Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Dude, you liked it a lot then.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you to watch it?
Yeah, you told
I
me to check it out.
recommended it, right?
Yep. It was good.
Dude, that was a sleeper, like, cause I liked the old Stallone version, but it was, that was cheesy. And then when the new one came out, I was already a fan of Dredd, cause he's so much like the Punisher.
Yeah.
Huge Punisher fan right here. He's so much like, he's so much like the Punisher, so I was like, I give it a shot, and I went in like no expectations, and I was blown away. I was like, this is like awesome.
But Paulie, you haven't seen it, and what we're talking about for as far as special effects wise, they have this drug that's called slow-mo. So like you take it, and it's like, like a hit of meth or something like that, kind of like that, and it's like smoke. And when you hit it, you go in like super, super slow-mo,
Oh, so it's the opposite of meth then.
Yeah. But I mean, they hit it like a meth pipe.
Well,
That's
they
pretty
think
much
they're
how
going fast.
Yeah. But like everything slows down, and it's like so cool how it's like shot, and then how there's like one like action scene that's everyone's on slow-mo, and like it's pretty cool. Especially the ending scene, like no spoiler, but like that final scene with Mama, like in slow-mo, that's pretty cool.
Crazy.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch this.
Totally worth
So we'll
it,
make the
man.
trade Conjuring for Judge Dredd.
All right, yeah, we'll do that.
Actually, no, I have to watch Conjuring with you, remember, because the girls won't watch it. So
Oh yeah, that's right. The girls will
we're
watch
gonna
the
have to
horror
cuddle
movies.
up and
All right,
watch.
dude, this horse has been beat to death, but I think it's not an effect show if we don't like kind of touch on T2.
That's true. It's true.
Dude, wasn't T2 like? Isn't T2 the shit right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
T2
Did you
is
see?
the only Terminator movie that I actually enjoyed.
You
I
didn't like
liked-
one, dude?
No.
Oh my god, dude.
I mean, I'd go T2 over T1, or like the first one.
Overall, entertainment wise,
Yeah.
I would agree with you, but
Yeah.
I think T1 is like a classic in itself. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I mean, you
T3
need it.
T3 was just
Not the special effects in the first one where he cuts his eye out. That's not the special effects we're talking
when
about
there's
right
that
now.
one little move, he goes.
Yeah.
He's covering it. He goes.
Yeah, yeah.
He just goes one down. He goes.
Let's
And then
not.
he goes like this.
Yeah, let's not put that into our categories of good special effects movies.
Where's the shades? He goes.
Yeah.
And then he fixes his hair.
Yeah,
Dude, that's a classic though.
It is.
Remember he was looking through the address book, and then the guy goes, the janitor dude or the cleaner. He said, "Hey buddy, smells like a dead cat in there." And then he looks at all the responses, and you know what he says.
yeah.
F
But
you,
the
awesome.
whole like the character, you know, like as far as a liquid
That
metal
was
kind of
rated
thing,
G.
that was so cool how they did that. You know,
Dude,
it was groundbreaking when you saw it.
Dude, absolutely groundbreaking. Have you seen the new T1000?
Yeah,
Like you
in the
think,
trailer. Yep.
dude, he has like detail, like
Yeah.
and what's the word? Anatomical,
Anatomically correct. Yep.
yes, like you see like striations of like muscle, like it looks like a form of like human but liquid metal. It's pretty hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, that's pretty cool that they're bringing that back. You know.
Yeah.
CG's come a long way in the last 30 years.
An Asian T1000. So you know he gonna drop some moves.
Ninja moves.
I didn't want to go there because it's kind of never mind. But he's probably gonna be athletic and agile and
Yeah.
you know. But, dude,
So what do you like, Paulie? You haven't brought up a movie yet. What do you like for special effects
Star
movies?
Wars.
Yep.
Remember I said Star Wars, but Jurassic Park was like top of my list because of just what it did. You know, it was the first time they really used like quality CGI in a movie. Like for instance, when the granddaughter she falls through the grate right in the ceiling. Spoiler alert. And
If you haven't seen it since 1993, then you're living in a hole.
Yeah,
And
you belong in a cave with that guy in the last episode.
Yeah.
she's kicking around and the raptors are like jumping at her and stuff, and she looks up at the camera. It's actually her stunt girl who did that. She
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to look up at the camera, so they had to figure out a way to superimpose her face over the stunt girl's face. So even though it looks like her, that was the first time in history that they actually did that, where they took someone else's face and put it on this actor's
I
face.
remember watching that for the behind the scenes.
And now you got Fast 7 coming out this year. And they basically did that, you know, with Paul Walker. He filmed like half the movie, and then the rest of it they used his brother for.
Yeah.
And
put
I
his face on
guess
the
they
top of it.
put his face on his brother, which is really creepy if you ask me. If that's what they actually did.
Yeah,
That's just
what
weird.
Tron did a really good job of making Jeff Bridges like look younger. They had the
Yeah.
old Jeff Bridges, and then
Yeah.
they had the young Jeff Bridges, which was pretty cool.
I
He
think
looked cartoony, but
yeah, it
a little bit.
worked. It worked like spoilers
because he's
but-
in a world. He's in the
Not
yeah.
not in the real world. In the real
No.
world, it looked a little off, but when he was
Yeah.
in the electronic
Computer.
world,
yeah.
Clue, the character, he looked cool. Like
Yeah.
um,
But they did a
it's-
pretty good job, like just taking
Yeah.
like 20 years off his face.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, I was gonna touch on Jurassic Park. I was just real quick. I was gonna say that. I'm not gonna-
that's one of my favorite movies of all time, so I
too,
can
dude.
talk about it
Me
all.
too, me too, man. Me and Brian Paul, did you come with us when they re-released it?
No, I actually was on.
Go
I
see it.
went to see that on a date that I got catfished on up in Providence.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went to Providence Place Mall, met her there because she lived in Boston, and I was looking around for her, and she was apparently right next to me, and it was because she wasn't what the pictures were.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, but how bad we talking?
I stuck it out for the movie, but that was it, and then
And then after the movie, you were like,
Then I was like, all right, I gotta get going home, long drive.
You're like,
So
I gotta do laundry, I gotta feed the
we
goldfish.
continued to talk for like a week after that. I was pretty mad. Actually, and I can't tell the story on the air, but
Okay, dude.
No.
Well,
It's
okay.
being recorded right now, so no stories.
right. No, it's
What?
not like anything bad. It's just something that
You know I'm gonna
I
add
would
some
prefer
funny ass
not
graphics.
getting out, like to the world, huh?
I said, you know I'm gonna add some funny ass supplemental graphics to this story, right?
Yeah.
No,
It's all good.
it was just one of those situations where you text your friend to call you and say, like, get you out of there.
Okay,
Yeah,
I like texted Matt and I was like, hey, dude, like this is not what it's supposed to be. I need you. Like, what's an
Alright,
excuse for me to leave?
let's keep it real though. Let's keep it real. What was the issue? Was she like bigger than you thought?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't waste any time saying that, so she was a bigger girl.
So one out of 10.
Oh,
Hey,
jeez.
big girls need loving too, man. I'm not hating. No, nobody here's hating on bigger girls.
No, there's pretty big girls.
They're not
Oh.
Paul's cup of tea.
And you'd
I
be
don't
surprised
really
who I
have-
dated. Homie.
Okay, never mind.
All right, let's get back to talking about
can't
movies.
rate the
Where were we?
numbers,
Where were we?
Yeah, but he didn't answer 1 to 10
Jurassic
yet.
Park. Yeah, I saw Jurassic Park in 3D when they re-released it in IMAX. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, when they released it in 3D.
Yeah.
Did we go, Dave?
What to see? What
To Jurassic Park 3D.
you said? Brassic? What?
Jurassic Park 3D.
I don't know what
I
you
think
just
you
said,
did, dude.
No. We did see 3D. I think
Right.
We did,
I thought
dude.
so. Yeah.
I'll
Dude,
be right back, fellas.
you told me about it, and it was like you brought it up. Like you had to ask me to go, like convince me, dude. I was all over that. As soon as you said Jurassic Park's coming in theater, I was like, dude, hell yeah, I'm gonna see that. Dude, I love Jurassic Park. That's
They
like,
did a pretty good job in 3D too. Like they did a pretty good job of kind of separating it out and changing it.
yeah, man. I seen that movie so many times. I could quote it, like, you know, shoot her, like, you know, like, dude, all the classic lines, you know.
I don't know. How are you feeling about the new one?
The new one, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I'm not excited about it. I think,
My expectations are really low.
yeah, dude. I think. Okay, think about like the premise what they're doing now. They're basing the whole movie around a new badass dinosaur, right? The Indominus Rex or something like that, right?
Yeah.
What did they do the last movie? They based it off of a new badass dinosaur, the Spinosaurus. It's the same crap. Like, who wants to see that? Like,
I think the cool part is, like, the great thing that they have going is everybody wants to see the park working and open. Like, that's the
Yeah.
cool part. As soon as I
assume we're talking
heard,
about
like,
the
in the
new
movie
one.
news, yeah. As soon as I heard in the movie news that, like, all right, the park's open, the park's working, and then you, like, the trailer opens and you're like, that's sweet. You know, like the great white shark, and then they have, like, the little tube things that are going, and, like, you're like, this is awesome. And then they like ruined it, the story. Like Chris Pratt has a bunch of raptors as like his companions when he's going to fight people.
Yeah,
You know,
they trained raptors, and they're going after a humid dinosaur hybrid.
yeah.
I'm
like,
still excited about this movie though because Chris
Right.
Pratt.
human dinosaur hybrid in the
Yeah.
new one.
That's the monster in this one. You know, the first one was the T-Rex was like the antagonist. Well, in this one, it's a human dinosaur hybrid.
Dude, but when you walked away, I was telling Bri, see, like, what I read about it, it was just like a new, like, splice dino. I don't know if it was anything to do with humans, but, like, I told Bri,
Unless that was a funny rumor that I heard, but
he was like, you're excited about it. I'm like, no, because the premise is the same as the last movie. It's based off of a new, scarier dinosaur. Like, and that's what they did with part 3. It's the same crap, you know?
yeah, but they really dropped the ball with 3. You know,
Terrible.
2 was good. They brought back. Well, actually, no. 3 was the one with they brought Dr. Grant back, right?
yeah, that's the one where like they have like I thought it was cool. They had the
No, 3
bird
was.
cages.
Wasn't 3?
They had
Yeah, the bird cages I really like. Yeah, because number 2 was when Jeff Goldblum
Yeah, they were in the
was
city.
there.
Something.
That's
And,
the Lost World or whatever.
You see,
Yeah, and that was mediocre. None of them are as good as the first one. This one I think has potential not to be as good as the first one, but it's going to be a really good movie. I think.
Dude, Jurassic Park, like, I'm not gonna date myself and say how old I was, but when I saw Jurassic Park in the theater, partly was because I was a kid, but like, there was such a big buzz around it that people really didn't believe that they created dinosaurs, but it started like a debate, like, can we do this? That's how good the script was, because
True.
the whole, the amber with the mosquito, like, they were really thinking about it due to, like, the story. They're like, can we do this?
Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yes.
I'm mistaken. The original plot line to the movie was going to be about a human dinosaur hybrid. They scratched that. So
Yeah, they
my bad.
good one on that. It would have been a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, that's probably would have ended up doing it.
They would have had Jeff Goldblum's head like running around on top of a T-Rex.
Dude, if it was Michael Bay, you never know.
Dinosaurs.
I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you.
Dude, that was good, dude.
But Jurassic Park, man, when I saw it, I was like totally enchanted. That's a nice word. I was enchanted and mesmerized as a kid.
I can never watch it when Kristen's around, dude. She's terrified.
I really felt like I was watching dinosaurs. It gave you like chills up your spine. Like, wow, the first time we see like dinosaurs moving
and to this day, it's still what I feel like they should look like. But now we're finding out that they all had feathers and they were actually really colorful, and it's crazy.
Yeah, raptors were like small birds.
Yeah.
I got a funny thing about dinosaurs, like a whole another rant topic. But like when you think about, people joke on like dragons not existing and stupid stuff like that. What are dinosaurs? Like they got a scientific term on them. Yeah, they're dinosaurs.
But they don't breathe fire.
They don't breathe fire, but dude, they're giant lizards with big mouths and teeth and tails. They're dragons. Yeah. Like they're monsters,
Yeah.
But science, of course, you gotta put a label on stuff.
If you like it, then you gotta put a label on it. I'll take that one off of.
I think we need another
off the future.
Another Simon from American Idol graphic.
You know what? I was kind of researching and stuff like that about special effects movies, and I just wanted to like look up stuff and like remember all of them. And I always go through whenever we talk about like a topic. I always look through my movies, like my movie collection.
That's what I do too.
I usually look through it and say like, all right, yeah, I'll like want to talk about those because obviously those are the ones I know the best and those are my favorite. I don't buy a movie unless I really, really like it.
Right. But most of my favorite movies I own, so that's
correct.
Something I'm going to talk about. I can just go right to my collection, and if I need to rewatch it just to get it, and I don't have to worry about Netflix or going to the movie rental store.
But what I did come across was. And this one I don't really agree with as far as, I guess maybe there wasn't that much going on that year as far as movies would go, but Inception actually won a special effects Oscar.
You don't think it should have?
No.
When the city is crumbling?
That's not mind-blowing, dude. That's not mind-blowing to me. That's
I don't think there's way better special effects movies than that. I'm a Nolan fan.
It didn't do
Who were the nominees?
I don't know during that time.
That's what you have to look at. Compared to the other nominees.
I'll look it up right now.
Well, dude.
Was Inception the better
This is why when Inception came out. Go ahead, Brian.
The cool part.
This is your turn. No, hang on, Brian. It's his turn.
No, real quick. I was gonna say, that's why when Inception came out and I saw it, I was goofing on it and I called it Deception because. We were like under the impression that it was gonna be a cool dream world movie, and when you think of like a dream world movie, there's so much to play with there. Like it should have been way more special effects, but I don't know.
But it had Tom Hardy, dude. I figured you would love it just for that alone.
That's the only reason I tolerated it because I had my boy.
I love that movie.
I do. I honestly, I like the movie. I just don't think it's like ranked up there on the special effects realm. Yeah. The concept is cool. It took a little bit, you gotta watch it twice to really kind of understand what's going on. And the dream sequence at the end, where you kind of get, you understand what's going on, but you kind of get lost in the all right, the van is falling in this time frame, and then they're in this time frame, and then they're a dream within a dream on this time frame.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, it was like the ending of the second Matrix with the architect. That dude was just talking like just my brain to liquefying my brain. Remember that scene with the architect, the guy in the white suit?
That was probably the point. So to take away from the rest of the movie, they just mind fucked you.
Dude, I was like,
Right.
All right, here's the nominees. Here's the nominees for 2011 special effects: Alice in Wonderland, Harry Potter, the Deathly Hallows.
those two are already better.
No, Deathly Hallows wasn't. That's
Hereafter, I never saw that one. And Inception and Iron Man 2.
Oh.
So Inception won over all those, you know.
Yeah, how do you beat Iron Man 2?
Yeah.
Right.
Iron
Or
Man
even
2 is all effects.
Even Alice in Wonderland. Yeah.
That was all effects.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
I don't.
That's
Inception.
Alice in
no, I'm
Wonderland
not
was a lot of makeup.
I know, but it's a good movie. I like Inception. I personally own it. I like the movie. It's out there. It's sci-fi. Right up my alley. I just don't think it's like. I saw that and I was like, I don't think it can beat other special effects movies out there.
Because
you
like,
know,
if you want to compare it to Alice in Wonderland, like, okay, think about this. Inception, a lot of that movie's like reality based. Like you see buildings and people. Alice in Wonderland, you're in another world. Like that 80% of that movie is not in reality. Like that automatically should give it a nod.
even Harry Potter. Harry Potter had a lot of the special effects.
Deathly Hallows was on the special effects front. I just watched it recently because I secretly, and now not so secretly, enjoy the Harry Potter movies.
I never finished one ever.
I've only seen the first one, to be honest with you.
I
From
don't
start to finish. I don't hate them. I just they don't interest me.
Yeah, me either. The Lord of the Rings ones, I kind of
They got my attention now too.
I kind of feel the same way about them. I think they could have been better, like overall, but I tolerate them. Like I'll watch them. I don't think they're like mind blowing, like you know. But
The Hobbit movies, man, they should have made those. The Lord of the Rings movies now will probably be so much bigger than they were when they came out. I mean, they were big when they came out, but these Hobbit movies, they just did it so huge.
You know what it is about the Hobbit?
That it's hard to go back and watch it in the right order, because technically you should watch the 3 Hobbit movies and then go into Lord of the Rings movies. That's how the story progressed. But
they sped up the pace in the Hobbit movies. That's what it is. Like they made them kind of more action.
Right, because I think weren't they like taking one book and making it into 3? Isn't that what it was? Like, there's one book for the Hobbit and it was a 3-movie thing.
Yeah, there's only one book for the Hobbit, but have you seen that book, man? It's like that thick.
It's one book, but it's like
it's like an encyclopedia.
But the Lord of the Rings books, those are all their own books, right? So that's why those movies are like 3 hours apiece.
No, I think Lord of the Rings is all screenplays. I think they made one book.
No. J.R. Tolkien is the author. He wrote all those books.
I don't know if he wrote multiple books, though. I just think they made Lord of the Rings, and then they wrote screenplays after that.
Oh, and then they did the same thing with like they did with The Hobbit.
Right.
I don't know. See, this is all new to me.
Asking the wrong guy. If I don't have pictures, dude.
I've
covered this with you guys already.
That's true.
All right, so we got. Oh, did we even touch on the Matrix, dude?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Jesus, man. How much we got to drink tonight?
We talked about 1 versus 2 versus what the special effects.
Yeah, but did we really get into the Matrix though? Like,
no.
Give it attention. We need to give it at least 2 minutes.
All right.
We need to give the Matrix a little loving. All right, guys. So what was your impression when you first saw the Matrix? Were you blown away?
That's one of those. I remember going to see it in the movie theaters, and that's one of those.
Meh. It was crappy.
You've seen Equilibrium too, right?
Yeah, that's like a bootleg Matrix.
It is, but
good,
you see you see both of them at the same time, but it's like it's so cool, like how it starts out, and you're like you watch in the beginning of the movie, and you're like, all right, this is kind of where's this going, and then he like no, Matrix.
Oh, Matrix.
And then he takes the pill, and then you get wrapped in all the craziness. So
yeah,
it's
yeah, man. I swear, I really think it holds up today. Like the whole
It does.
bullet time and that.
Not
movie
just
is
with the special effects, but the premise behind it.
It's cool.
It's
Yeah.
very plausible. Like in a lot of ways, if you sit there and think about it, you're like, oh my goodness, like this really could be reality. Like we could be in what we're being told to see, and in reality, we're sitting in some chair or something with something plugged into the back of our neck. You know what I mean?
With the robots harvesting our energy.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the question. Okay, wait. Before I get into that, you're right, Paul. I think some of the best stories and the best scripts are like somewhat reality based, where it's believable. Because like everything we see and hear is like electrical impulses and chemicals. So it you think about it, you're like, holy shit! Like, am I in the Matrix right now? Okay,
Right.
But the question was, if you had a choice of being in the Matrix or being in rags and eating that nasty slop, like what would you do?
I'd rather be in the Matrix, man.
You rather be
Ignorance is bliss, homie.
All right.
That's
So
that's
now
what it is.
I know you'll be the dude with the gun shooting people, huh? Betraying people.
Why would
You
I
killed
want to go
You
back
killed
into
Tank,
the other
man.
world and be miserable knowing everything I know when I could stay in this world and be completely clueless to that world and it's not affecting me at all?
Okay, but who's to say you'll be somebody like important in the Matrix? Like, what if you're just a regular
I don't
dude?
want to be somebody important. I want to just be me. I just want to chill. I don't want to freaking bend over further
you're
than
not-
my back should
you're
allow
not
and have
you.
bullets shooting at me.
You're not you. You're an
But
artificial
I'm what
you.
I'm
You're
what
whatever
I'm
they
told
made you to be.
All right,
That's
Brian.
fine.
Well, what about you? Would you want to be like in the real world, like in rags and starving and like battling the machines, or would you want to be in the Matrix?
I'd rock it with Keanu Reeves on the ship. You know?
If you had a choice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd rock it if I had a female companion. If there was somebody for me, I'm in there. If there's no one, leave me in the Matrix. I'm good. I'm just
Well,
being
once you get
honest.
to, you saw in the what
Dude,
was
because
it?
people
you
don't
saw
look at it.
Zion. You saw
Wait a
Zion.
minute, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Put me in the real world. All right, I forgot about that. You're right. There's a lot of
What,
picking there.
Zathura?
Yeah.
Dude, my girl can't see this video now. I have to edit this out.
All right. So
Because
maybe we should wrap up the show then.
Dude, a lot of times I show her like, clips or like the shows, and a couple of times she looked at me like, I need to watch it. Oh man. All right,
Well-
guys. We're at 42. You want to go 45, or you want to wrap it up?
Well,
I
let's
have to
work
go
on
to the
wrapping it all
bathroom.
up. Well, let's work on
So
wrapping it
let's
up
wrap
then.
this.
Right. Let's be safe. Let's wrap it up.
As
Right, gentlemen.
always. It's always fun.
It was
Um,
good talking about special effects. It's always fun to hash up like kind of old movies that you haven't seen in a while. I usually want to.
Did you say boobies or movies?
It's
Hey,
cold
which-
up here, man.
Why you hating on my my mumbling
Dude,
today?
wait a
Why
minute.
you hating on
Wait
my
a minute.
mumbling
Wait
today?
a minute, Paul. What did that sound like?
It sounded like you said boobies.
This my
Totally
eyes got
did.
big.
Our favorite boobies.
We're keeping
Hey,
it
it's on.
PG, Brian. You said we're keeping it PG-13.
I'm sorry, I won't say boobies.
Why are you saying
Sorry.
stuff like that?
We know who your
For
favorite
the
boobies
kids,
are.
man. Kids watching this.
Make sure
man.
you comment.
Dude, our demographic
sure
is
you
probably
like-
like 9-year-olds. Because they're like
Email
out
us.
our mentality.
Comment. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know what you hate.
Put the email over here, Dave, or over here, or over
Wherever.
here.
Well,
Oh, jeez.
Not sure.
Oh,
Where it
jeez.
is.
I'm bringing stuff over here.
I'm never quite sure where we're gonna wind up, so I'm just gonna be like,
Just put it somewhere.
All right,
Ah.
gentlemen. Good show.
all right, guys, on
Good night.
On to next week.
On to
Next
next
week.
week.
5.
Peace out.
Adios.
Later.